Yeah, good morning, students. This video is recorded on self-learning topic. The topic is classification of the data structures. So now I would like to share my screen. So in the previous classroom discussion topic, so we had a discussion on how we can define a data structure. So a data structure is nothing but it is a way of organizing the data in such a way that the data can be effectively and efficiently retrieved. So that is what we have called it as a data structure. So another way of defining the data structure is nothing but we have seen it is defined as a triplet of set of functions, set of axioms, and the set of domains. Domain is nothing but the allowable range of values that the data object will take, and set of functions is nothing but the operations that we can perform on that particular data object, and the axioms are nothing but the rules which specifies how these operations are performed on the data object. So that we have defined it as a data structure. Now, in this self-learning topic, we would like to discuss about the classification of the different data structures. How do we classify a data structure? So, the objective of this self-learning topic is that this particular session will develop the students' knowledge on classification of the data structures. So how do we classify the data structures? So if you see that the data structures are mainly categorized into two different types. One is linear data structures and another one is non-linear data structures. So the way of organizing the data, if you are organizing the data in a sequential manner, then it is comes under the linear data structure. If you are organizing the data in any other form except the linear form, then it is called it as a non-linear data structure. So the examples for the linear data structures are arrays, stacks, queues, linked lists. So these are the examples for the linear data structures where the data will be organized in a sequential manner. And the non-linear data structures, so the data will be organized in the form of a graph or in the form of a tree. So that means in the hierarchical form, if you are organizing the data, then it is called it as a non-linear data structure. So trees and graphs are examples for this non-linear data structures. Fine. So linear data structure, a data structure where data elements are arranged sequentially or linearly, where each and every element is attached to its predecessor and the successors, then it is called it as a linear data structure. For example, if you take an array, so if you take an array, so the element, any element, if you take it as, so we have a predecessor element and successor element will be there. So for example, if you take the element 5 here, so for this particular element, you have a predecessor element here before this and a successor element for this, except for the first element and the last element. So for the last elements, there is no successor. For the first element, there is no predecessor. Except this, for all the elements in this particular array, you are able to find the predecessors and successors. So in linear data structures, this property is present. Fine. Then in linear data structure, we have a single level is involved, only one level we have. Therefore, we can traverse all the elements in a single run only. Okay. So linear data structures are easy to implement because the computer memory is also organized in a linear manner. So examples of the linear data structures are arrays, stacks, queues, and linked lists. Then coming to this non-linear data structure, the data structure where the data elements are not arranged in a sequential or linear manner. They are called it as a non-linear data structures. So in non-linear data structures, single level is not involved. So therefore, we cannot traverse all the elements in single run. Non-linear data structures are not easy to implement in comparison to linear data structures, and it utilizes the computer memory efficiently in comparison to a linear data structure. Non-linear data structures will uses this computer's memory efficiently. Fine. Examples for non-linear data structures are trees and graphs. So this is a comparison of linear versus non-linear data structures. So all these points we have just discussed here. In linear data structures, data elements are arranged in a linear order where each and every element is attached to a previous and succeeding nodes. Whereas in non-linear data structure, data elements are attached in the form of hierarchical manner. Linear single level is involved here. So multiple levels are involved here. Its implementation is easy in comparison with non-linear data structures, whereas the implementation of nonlinear data structures is a little bit complex. So if you take here, the examples for linear data structures are these: linked list, stacks, queues. Examples for nonlinear data structures are trees and graphs. So applications of linear data structures are mainly in software development, application software development. Applications of nonlinear data structures are mainly in artificial intelligence and image processing. So we will use these nonlinear data structures. Fine. So this is what the comparison between these linear and nonlinear data structures. Fine. So thank you. The lecture outcome of this self-learning topic is that after completion of this session, the students will be able to compare linear data structures versus non-linear data structures. Fine. So thank you. Thank you, one and all.